Good morning, beautiful royal family. Good morning. All praises to the Most High. All praises. I hope everybody had a wonderful Sabbath. And yes, I'm back in front of you this morning because there are some more things to talk about. And I can't even take credit for this one. Y'all got to give credit to Queen Carly for this one because she sent me some information. I said, you know what? This is a wonderful thing to talk about here because it ties into everything that is going on in the world right now. And y'all need to be educated about the things that's happening. So she sent me an article this morning about NASA has sent a rocket into the sun. Yes, they did. They sent a rocket into the sun. So now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, I'm going to give you a little background to what this is. So yes, NASA has sent a rocket into the sun. It is called the Parker Solar Orb. All right. Now, this was launched back in 2018. So what they did, because anyone with any type of common sense knows that what they taught us a long time ago when we was in school about the solar system and all that, that the sun was millions and billions of light years away or whatever, right? So in order for them to remedy that so people won't ask questions, they are telling people that they sent this rocket into the sun at 430,000 miles per hour. Now, you can go and look this up yourself. Okay, so now anyone with a brain or a memory knows something about the sound barrier from what they taught us. And what they taught us was that when something goes at a certain speed, that there is a sound that is emitted throughout the earth that will crush your eardrums, as many of us have experienced before. You've experienced it with your own ears. Anything at 430,000 miles an hour would send a riptide through this planet. When I tell you all across this planet, all across this planet. So you know it's not going that fast. You know that. And not only that, but we also know, as we learned a couple of weeks ago, that the sun is right there. So they did send something into the sun. But why? They have to explain everything that's about to happen up in that air. Okay? But there's more to this here. There's more to it. So back in September of I believe it's either September 14th or September 18th of 2021, this same rocket that they sent into the sun, right? Back in 2021, they reported that it touched the sun, but they sent it to the upper part of the sun. Do you know what it was called? I'm going to ask y'all a question before I give you the answer. Back in 2020, at the end of 2019, through 2020, 2021, and 2022, there was a certain something that was going on all throughout the world, all throughout this world, a pandemic. And what was it called? Corona. For my astrology nerds and buffs out there, what is the upper part of the sun called where they sent it to? What is it called? That's right. Corona. That is the upper state of the sun called Corona. And during that time, this very same rocket that they said that they launched at 430,000 miles per hour is the very same rocket that went through the Corona phase, and now we're seeing all of this stuff on planet Earth. Do y'all remember there was a lesson that I did that they did not show on YouTube? Because, and as a matter of fact, it almost got it kicked off. It was called "We Are at War." And there was this nanotechnology that I taught y'all that they put into those vaccinations, and it went in to people's bloodstreams. And then there was a technology that they went ahead and sounded off that I covered extensively last year. Do y'all remember? And this year, during all of the solar eclipses and all that stuff, when everybody else didn't want to talk about it, when no one else was paying attention to the sky, when everybody else was calling me crazy. Y'all remember that? Or do you just happen to remember back when I first started doing this, that I extensively, and I came at you hardcore with NASA, they know what's coming. And we talked about this very particular year in 2024. Wow. Guys, I was never afraid to talk to y'all about this stuff because I knew this is the stuff that was coming. And family, here we are. Now, I'm not saying this to throw no shot at anybody, but I'm sorry. All that multiple wives and all that stuff, it doesn't matter now, does it? No, it doesn't. It wasn't the focal point. It wasn't important. The things that I spoke about are the things that are important now, aren't they? You see? It's about who truly has their eyes on the prize. That's what this is about. And right now, I am begging and pleading with my people, all of Israel, not just the royal family, all of Israel, to every Black, Hispanic, and Native American under the sound of my voice. Our redemption is on its way. We see the checkered flag. All right. It is no longer so in the distance that we can't see it. We see the checkered flag waving in the background. We know that we're almost at the finish line, but we're not at the finish line yet. And this will be the message for my people. Please keep God's commandments. Please keep the commandments that Christianity told you that you did not have to keep. That is the only thing getting you into the kingdom. Nothing else. Your faith and your obedience. Those are the keys that unlock the door to your gate, whatever tribe you are in, whatever 12 tribe you fall under, because there's 12 of our tribes, whichever one you fall under. But I speak hardcore when it comes for the tribe of Judah. Yes, it's us. And the world knows it and sees it. No one is denying it anymore. If you notice, the churches are quiet. Absolutely quiet. Why? They have something coming up on Christmas Eve, a ritual that these devils have to perform under the mastery leadership of the Pope in Rome. Like I told you, all this is happening. All this is going down. Yeah, people thought it was a joke. It's not a joke anymore, is it? Because now it's happening. I've been telling y'all about this, man. Like I said, if you've been rolling with me with this here, this should not be a surprise to you. None of this should be a surprise. None of it. At all. We've been preparing for this, and now we're just sitting and watching while everybody else was wondering how they were, what woman they were going to have up under them and how many. We were paying attention to the things that actually mattered. All of this right now, because this is at the forefront. So family, it gets much more informational. Okay? I'm telling you guys, this is the most exciting time that this earth has ever seen, because it is about to be restored back to its originality. But if you don't keep the commandments, you're not going to see it. So again, I beg and I plead with my people, please put down your sin and pick up the cloth of righteousness. Come on, we have to, guys. We have to. We have to. Okay? Remember, all of this is going on. That's great. That's wonderful. All praises to the Father. All praises to the Father that has allowed us to see it. Thank God that He allowed us to see these things happening right before our eyes. Okay? But it's not going to matter for you if you're not keeping His commandments, okay? You got to keep God's commandments. You have to keep His commandments. There is no other message that I'm going to give. I'm going to be spouting it every day if I have to. You have to keep God's commandments. Put down that sin. Put the sin down and pick up the cloth of righteousness and do what God tells you to do. Do what God tells you to do. I'm going to tell you this right now to you kings. All of you kings right now that are in marriages, your wife is not looking for ignorance. She's looking for leadership. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Right now, you are her leader. You are. And trust me when I tell you, they may not be showing it, but there's a lot of our sisters, there's a lot of our brothers that are terrified. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, a lot of this stuff is terrifying. And remember, they're in the upper atmosphere right now. They haven't even come low yet. Remember, we're grabbing these with our cameras right now. Wait until they come into the lower orbits. Man. Just as Yahweh Shai said, man, men's hearts are gonna fail them. They're not. Come, man, woo. And again, our sisters and our youth are looking for leadership, not ignorance. Okay? You in the midst of sin is ignorance. You not doing what you're supposed to be doing for your children, your family, your wives, your husbands is ignorance. And ignorance will not be tolerated. It can't be tolerated. What does ignorance get you? Death. And that's the bottom line, man. So again, with all of the fantastical things that are happening, and yes, fantastical is a word, with all of the phenomena, the aura, everything that's in that air, all of the spectacular moments that your eyes are going to witness will go for nothing if you're not keeping God's commandments. Again, with all of this here, the bottom line to everything, keep God's commandments, Israel. I love you guys. Talk to y'all soon.